life, the right kind of life. In the English language, there's another word called to exist. There's the term to exist or to live. When we talk about something existing, whether it's a tree, a rock, a tree, an animal, or a human being exists, existing is a weak form of life, to exist. They talk about a person who chas v'shalom is on a respirator, can't talk, can't hit. They're just existing. That's the term that's used. When we use the word to live, chai or chaim, we're talking about something very, very special. And that's a term that's reserved for a certain type of existence. And this is what I'd like to speak about, to start from here and branch out into many other things. The Torah is called Eitz Chaim Hila Machzikim Bo. It's a tree of life. It's living, meaning that to the degree that a person is connected to the Torah, whether it be a man, a woman, a boy, a child, to the degree that they're connected to the Torah, they're living. To the degree that they're not connected to the Torah, at best, the best they could hope for is that they're existing. Now, hold on a second. What are you talking about? I can go into a discotheque at 3 o'clock in the morning and hear music blasting at 8 million decibels and see people jumping up and down. They look much more alive than any... It's fake. It's phony. Come back the next day. Come back a few hours later. You'll see how very alive they are. The Torah tells us that the most important reason for Hashem creating the world, and especially creating man, is one word. Bechira. Bechira means free choice. Everything else that Hashem created, no matter how special it is, the most beautiful, we know that there are perfumes in the world that could cost $1,000 or $50,000 an ounce. There are stones in the world, there are precious stones, diamonds and other, that could cost $1 million or more. And again, there could be animals, there could be all kinds of levels of importance, significance. And yet, the Torah tells us that Hashem considers man more significant than anything and everything else in creation, because this is the one thing that makes us different from everything else. We have Bechira. We have the ability to choose to do what Hashem wants us to do, and we have the ability to choose to go against the wishes of Hashem, against Hashem's will. And everything in the world, everything, in every form of life that was created in order to give us that choice, in order to make it a choice, in order that there should be a balance, and both sides should be able to present their case equally well, and then it's up to us to be able to choose the right thing. And there's new distractions. I once heard from one of the elders in Breslov, Rabbi Maimon, once said that one of the reasons why Rosh Hashanah is called Rosh Hashanah is Miloshin Shena. The word Shana means year. The word Shena means sleep. Rosh means beginning, the beginning of a year. He said that each and every single year, the Yetzer Hara comes to the world with a new suitcase to introduce a new program of how to keep the people asleep for another year. How to keep them distracted from our real purpose, our real goal in life. We're on a mission. Each and every one of us is on a mission. We're in a battlefield. And in a battlefield, everybody knows, just like lahavdil, when a person's driving, just even on a simplest level, most of us know today, most of us that have taken driving lessons know that sometimes you don't realize it, but when a car is moving, not at 150 miles an hour, a car is moving at 45 miles an hour, and a person's holding a BlackBerry in their hand, and they look down for what feels like a second. They look down and look up. In those 2 seconds, that car has traveled far enough to be able to kill someone, Rahman aleinu, if the person wasn't looking, wasn't concentrating, wasn't focused. So too, each and every single one of us in our lives, We're moving. We're on a fast-moving train. One of the great rabbis, Rabbi Maimon Zal, once said that a person living in this world, it's like they're on a wagon being pulled by two very powerful horses. And these horses are running, galloping at top speed. Running. The two horses are day and night. And they're running, and and a person doesn't realize it. They turn around, wow, I can't believe it. I'm 10 years old already. I'm 15, I'm 8, I'm 20. I have a child that's 10 years old. I have a grandchild. Those, as a person ages, they see how quickly the time moves. These two horses are galloping. And the Yetzer Hara, what he's all about is trying to distract us. With every kind of variety of trick. One year it was video, the other year it was digital, the third year it's internet, it's every single new programs. It was radio, it was television, and again, going back hundreds of years, they had their distractions. But in our generation, you see it coming again at a much faster pace. Things to take a person's mind off their mission, their goal to live, to make sure that while I'm in this world, I can look back and say to myself that I lived, or to look back at a given day, to come to the end of a day and to be able to say, today I lived. Today I know I accomplished something permanent. There's a concept, my rabbi, Zechron Avracha, Rabbi Rosenfeld, when he spoke about the money that a person spends on their day-to-day needs. We're not talking about money wasted. We're talking about the money that a person uses for survival, to eat, to drink, to pay their rent, all kinds of different things. That money is all checking account. That's the money that you're using for your needs in this physical world, that's checking. The money that a person applies to tzedakah, the meiser money that a person gives, or the money that a person spends on a mitzvah, pair tzitzis, pair tefillin, tuition for kids in yeshiva, that's savings account. And when a person leaves this world, today it's all digitized, computerized. Once upon a time, you'd come into the bank and you walked in with your savings book, or they gave you your savings book, you could look in to see my balance, exactly what I have today in savings. We believe Emunah Shlema, that when a Jew comes to the next world, the moment we leave this world, each and every single one of us is presented with that savings book that shows every dollar, every penny that you used for your eternal existence. Not the checking, not the stuff that was in and out here, whether it was a house, people buy a house and they invest time and money and power. Millions, 13 million. There was just a write-up in the newspapers a few weeks ago of the residence in the United States that was sold for the largest price yet. Donald Trump sold a beachside residence in Palm Springs for $98 million. A single residence. We're not talking about an apartment building, single residence. And who did he sell it to? To a Russian oligarch. The Russians are buying America. No nuclear weapons, they're going to buy it all. And here again, try to imagine what it takes a person, how many lifetimes would it take for most of us to acquire $98 million? And he had it and gave it to him, and neither of them is a permanent resident. We're all renters. Even those who own homes and own 12 homes, doesn't matter, we're all renters. There's a date. Each one of us, none of us intends to be here permanently. The Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh once said that there's nothing more definite in life that all of us really know to be fact than death itself, the fact that we're not going to go past a certain line, and yet there's nothing that the Yetzer Hara succeeds in putting more doubt into our minds than this vadai, this definite fact. How he makes it, each one of us think, maybe I won't, maybe not today, maybe not even tomorrow, maybe not even for 10 years, maybe not even for 25 years. I might live another 60. That doubt that allows us not to focus, not to take each and every single day seriously,